Good night. Welcome once again. Welcome to the Sports Frenzy podcast. And promise to the face, I know that it's your host, Levon. And tonight with me, I have Kims, and the man is out in Israel. So before I get to Kims, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to all those who celebrate it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a partner to celebrate it because you have your family, so they are also your loved ones. So you can surprise them with gifts if you feel like, but generally, this day was tailor made for couples. So big up all the people on their Valentines for those who celebrate it. Kems, are you one of those people?
Um, so Valentine's Day, me's not really a man way. Me's a boring kind of guy. So me's a man when I celebrate them thing. But as it relates to the people like the person I talk to, I'll always ensure that the person I talk to is happy and appreciated, and that she know that she's loved. So if all our friend them happy, she must happy too. I don't want she can't be the one who will tell her friend, oh, why my man not support them thing there. No, a foolishness that for me personally. Other woman a smile, my woman for smile too. That is just my philosophy.
Okay. And Renee, for some reason, Renee jumped in the comment section and said, "We don't have nobody." So, Renee, I think you don't tune into the Mills podcast because if you did, you would have heard that Kems and I are single by marital status. So, there you have
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
See the people in jump out are the big up yourself, Owen Dilworth, Christoph, Michelle, Jermaine Watson, Kevin, and as I mentioned, Renee, big up on yourself. So, as you know, EPL took place over the weekend and there were a lot of interesting games. Some that we predicted correctly, some that we never really got amongst to predict it properly. But
Hey,
hey, guess what?
hold on there. Hold on there. Kevin Rowe. Let me explain something to you, brother. Let me give you some little life lessons as a man. And as a man, we need to stop the little fool narrative. Yeah. Every, everybody knows, say, you show your woman love on any special day. But what I'm telling you as a man, and ask your woman if you don't believe me. Ask your woman. On days like them, yeah, Valentine's Day, Women's Day, days like them, day, whether or not, if you buy a girl a gift, what is so hard to buy her a gift on this day? What's so hard? Make the girl feel good so when she go around her friend them, everybody can celebrate. Oh, my man do this, oh my man do that. Woman love them thing, the woman love them discussion. So we're not debating the fact say you don't treat your woman good every day. But on these special days, makes you feel good too. You know, cause you a damn thing.
Okay, sir. Dale Francis jumping, big up yourself. Kevin Bernard, big up yourself. And Latoya, good night. So, let me just get this one out of the way because I was just going to say the EPL. But first up, I have to give
Mm.
a hearty congratulations to Chelsea. I mean, a lot of people are saying that it's a joke trophy, but at the end of the day, a trophy is a trophy, and they won the trophy. So, congrats to them for winning the Club World Cup. And once again, it was that man, Kai Havertz, was on to step up and convert that penalty just as he scored in the Champions League finals. So, congratulations to the Chelsea fans. um, I mean, you have done a lot over the past year with Tuchel. I mean, you guys won Champions League and you won Club World Cup and all of that. So, congratulations to you guys. But Kims, do you think this is a joke trophy or is something that the fans should celebrate?
Come on, let me tell you. You guys are the ones who are fascinated with trophies. If your club and you know win a trophy, you feel like say at the end of the day you don't want to get Carling Cup and all of them little cup there. Trust me. This is I don't. This is not a trophy that I would celebrate personally. This is not a trophy that I would celebrate. You win it. Who you play against? What the team name? Palmeiras.
Palmeiras.
Well, what kind of team is that? And a struggle, Chelsea struggle for win that game there. So, I think that's more an indictment to Chelsea because right now, the other EPL teams are looking and be like, oh, look how they're struggling to beat this little team. They had to get a late penalty by Kai Havertz in order to win that game. So I'm not impressed on the way they celebrated. They celebrated like they just won the Champions League. They celebrated like they won the EPL. And as that guy say on Sky Sports, they're 16 points behind the champions. That is what they should be focused on because there is no way in hell you buy $100 million striker to win the damn Club World Cup. You buy $100 million striker to win the Premier League, to be competitive in the Premier League. And right now, you are not competitive at all. You are third, sliding down to fourth. and fighting for a top 4 position. So if Chelsea fans want to come on here and jump up and down about the Club World Cup and Tuchel again, the genius Tuchel with another trophy, I don't want to hear it. So I see a Chelsea fan down there in that window. I hope him don't come with the foolishness tonight because I do not want to hear it. As a you know who for play them game the level and Club World Cup and them game, give like Burnley, Norwich and them side them. Make them get a chance to win a little trophy. You see like how it's a segregate the Manning Cup and the Walker Cup and so, and you give the little schools them a chance. I believe the Norwich, the Burnleys, let them go play a Club World Cup against the Palmeiras, Corinthians, and well, obviously you're going to change the stipulations. Obviously,
you know you qualify for Club World Cup, right?
Of course I do.
You have an idea how to qualify for it?
Of course I do.
Oh, so why you Norwich and Burnley come to the conversation?
No, that's why I said. That's why I said, boss. We're going to change the stipulations for the Club World Cup. That's all. I don't believe a club as big as Chelsea should be. One name, Missy Apsiqueta or Apsilequeta, whatever you want to pronounce him name. And Missy Rudy Gala dance and Hudson Adoya dance. And I'm saying, did these guys just win the World Cup? Did these guys win the?
Yes, they just won it.
Did these guys win the Premier League? That's what I'm saying. Like what is going on here? This is unbecoming of a club that is serious about championship contention. Absolutely. I don't want to hear it. I'm not read the comment section so they can beat me all in the war. I do not care. Uno can't celebrate them cup. When Manchester United win the Club World Cup, when I was a United fan, they take the jump up and down and say, yeah, Club World Cup. Absolutely not. Business as usual. We have a Premier League for fight for and a Champions League for defend.
Kevin, you can't tell me that no, that was 14 years ago. You can't say anything now you want to say.
Well, hey, go ahead and talk, boss. I'll jump up and down.
All right, hold on a second, right? So we're not joined by Ryan as you can see. So here's Michelle say that it was important to Chelsea because it's the only cup out there that we have never won. Is the Francis saying that may Chelsea go and win the Club World Cup? Big fish out every Friday.
You think when one last thing, Levan. You think when you come 5th or 6th in the Premier League and you're going to the office with a billionaire owner, you think Tuchel can come and say, hey boss, guess what? I won the Club World Cup this year, so I deserve another opportunity. Absolutely not. Absolutely rubbish trophy. Just like the blasted Carling Cup or whatever you want to call it now. Those trophies, I tell you, only little clubs to compete for them trophies. Like get rid of them something they know, man. It is unbecoming of a big club. Like I could not imagine how much Chelsea fans on social media jumping up and down like they just won the Premier League. Absolutely unbecoming. Not even me as an Aston Villa fan, I will celebrate Aston Villa winning that. So now I could have better than one other man. Damn, man.
And yes, Kevin Rose and this Chelsea man saying that Chelsea can't win the league again, so might win all the other trophies we can get. Here's Owen Dilworth saying that good trophy to win still. You never walk alone. As a Liverpool man. And here's Michelle saying that. So Kems, if we did lose to Palmeiras, would we have miraculously gained points in the EPL table? It was before us to win and we won it. That's a good thing. And here's Kevin Rowe again saying that everybody hate Chelsea when we win. Something make we lose at that time, another kill we. We don't care what nobody wants to lose out. Chelsea. And so you heard what Kems has to say. What do you have to what's your retort?
Saturday was when I found out that the Club World Cup is a small trophy and it don't count and it's a plastic cup. That's when I found out. Every other European team that has won it, I have never seen this upheaval and this noise and all of them something from the fans. When Barcelona won the treble and then won the Club World Cup, them barely win it. Club World Cup, no, I can't remember finals where any team has gone to and win it big, blow out the opponent. Barcelona was the best team in 2015. They went behind and they came back and won. I think they won 2-1 or 3-1, something like that. And they celebrated. Liverpool won in extra time on a Bobby Firmino late extra time goal. Won 1-0 against Flamengo 2 years ago, just 2 years ago. I hope Kems remember that. And they celebrated. And I never hear no noise. I make say, oh, them barely scripture and win. Them only win in extra time near the end of the extra time. I never hear no noise again. When them celebrate them win, I never know me at all now. When them celebrate them win, I never see nobody. I make no noise. I say, oh, it's just a plastic cup. The moment Chelsea win it, we have won everything else there is to win in football except that, and we won it and we celebrate. And it's an issue. I don't understand. It's ridiculous. This is where you are in the Premier League does not matter. If we were first, we'd have still celebrate the Club World Cup. If we did the mid-table, we'd have still celebrate the Club World Cup. If we'd have steer relegation in the face like Everton and them side, we'd have still celebrate Club World Cup. So the position does not matter. What matters is that we won. We went there and win. How we win it is not an issue, because as I said to you, no team in recent history has gone and just blow out the opponents in a final. So I think it's a Eurocentric view we have, because we think Europe football is the greatest and no other teams in any side of the world supposed to come near European teams, when that's simply not true. Recent history is there to show that. You don't just go at them tournament and just turn up and win.
What I'd say though, Ryan, is that I personally would say celebrate on a trophy, because I say anyone that lose, me not stop trolling, especially to a team like Palmeiras. So of course celebrate the victory.
Exactly. If we didn't lose, me not hear say, oh, it's just a plastic trophy.
Let me ask a question, Levon.
Sure.
When Liverpool, quote unquote, because I don't really remember clearly, so I can't really talk absolute, right? But when Liverpool, quote unquote, celebrated that trophy, were they 16 points behind the leaders? I just want to hear that.
I don't remember your position. And as I said, that does not matter. Where you are does not matter. What matters is if you win something or you don't win something.
Listen,
I don't think Liverpool won it. I don't remember where they were. I have to look it up.
Listen.
Maybe that was goodly the season when they went to. I don't remember.
It was the season that they won.
It was the season that they won.
Yeah, so Liverpool celebrated because they know them was going to win the Premier League.
I am just saying that.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I really don't know what you're trying to say.
Well, I am saying, me personally, I already explained my point. It is absolutely unbecoming for a team that is 16 points behind the champions to be celebrating a Club World Cup against Palermo, whatever they want name. Like, I can't pronounce it. It's just unbecoming. Like, I don't want my big club to do that. I don't want
I celebrate because I am the champion. I am the champion of the world. Put some respect for winning.
I don't know if you remember.
Go win it. All right. No, wait. What more you to do? Since you see a little team to go win it, why Manchester United not go win it then?
I'm not
go win it.
I'm talk to Level. Answer that. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. They showed a visual of the billionaire owner, and you could see the embarrassment in the man, the awkward embarrassment, like he's saying, you know, why is my
brother
team
Roman always have a stoic look. Don't do that. He's a Russian. That's how Russians look.
Yes, David would say that trophy is good for a team's morale and also a coach's resume. So not say it's a joke trophy, but winning a competition means everything to a team, no matter the competition. And here's coming concern to what you asked James. He's saying that Liverpool was a point behind the Premier League at that point when they won it.
Not
here's
16.
Kevin Bernard saying that Chelsea deserve it. Congratulations, but then will get trolling because they're rapidly losing ground in EPL and losing status.
Yep.
But if Chelsea was 3 points behind Man City and Chelsea celebrate the Club World Cup, they still have a problem with it to say, oh, you guys need to focus on getting level terms or past City. You should not be spending your time celebrating a World Cup and whatever. If we were leading, we'd hear say, oh, you need to focus on maintaining the lead because Man City is no joke and they will be and they are gaining on you and all of that. So whatever happened?
Levon, when Lukaku scored, I've never seen the man celebrate like that for Chelsea this season. Like I see the man celebrate the Club World Cup, and I'm like, where is this spirit? Where is this energy in the Premier League?
They did not watch Chelsea versus Arsenal then. Okay.
I can understand why I celebrated. This man hasn't scored in a long while, so to finally get on the score sheet, of course he's going to celebrate like that. But let's get into the EPL.
Yes, please.
All right, so the first game on Saturday morning, as I correctly predicted, I was the only one who was brave enough to say that, hey, this game is going to end in a 1-1 draw. Kim said that, you know, that sometimes a lot of averages come into effect, and you probably thought that Man United would have gotten the victory. But I called this and I said that the shortest thing in life is death, taxes, and Man United conceding. And once again, They did that in the first half. I wouldn't really say they dominated, but they had quite a few opportunities. And since as I'm in a Man United jersey, I'm just going to discuss the game. So first up, Cristiano got basically a empty net to just put that ball into. All he had to do was had more power to the shot, and that would have been 1-0 straight up. Second chance came off forward to through Sancho. Sancho could have squared it, but Sancho said, "Here, what? Me just give you a chance. So you bush it. I'm going to do this by myself." Again, he missed it. No, it was a through ball through Bruno to Rashford, and Rashford squared it for Sancho. That gave us a 1-0 lead. But at no point in time was I ever comfortable watching that game because if you remember, I think Che Adams had an opportunity that he headed back away from the goal instead of towards the goal that could have put Southampton ahead as well. So overall, wasn't really a good half. And I don't know if Man United has a problem when they come out after halftime, but in the Burnley game they conceded in the 47th minute, and now against Southampton they conceded in the 48th. So I think this is a mental issue that they have, and they just can't get over it. And for both goals, Luke Shaw was the one that was playing the guys inside, but you have an $80 million corner as well that showed you how to do no look defending. James, you have anything to say about this game? But personally, I find this that was impressive.
All right, listen. So, Manchester United, obviously, tomorrow I think they play against Brighton, and I'm sure we're going to discuss that. But listen, you have some players at Manchester United now that are just not good enough. Plain and straight, they are just not good enough. There was hope for Rashford, and Ryan told me, say, "Oh, Man United done him out and play him to the Reds, play him when him injured, blah blah blah." No excuses, boss. Again, when you are a professional footballer making the amount of money that you're making, you're expected to come forward and do your job. That's the only thing we're asking for do. Do your damn job and do it at a high level. And Marcus Rashford, he was probably the worst player on the field. The man was absolutely, when I say poor man, the man was so poor. His IQ of the game, his reading of the game, his defending when he lose the ball, forget back. Just simple 1-2 simple football he doesn't know how to do. I'm tired of talking about Harry Maguire right now. I told you from day one when I was a Manchester United fan, I told you this man should never, ever, ever come into a club and be the captain because he's just simply not good enough, right? And I remember they were talking about what the defender name from Napoli and the dark dude.
Koulibaly.
Yes, who they wanted, and they're not paying so much for him because and they're gonna pay how much money for Maguire. Maguire is just not good enough.
But if Koulibaly had come to Man U, every Man U fan that hate him just the same.
Facts. But Kems, what I'd say is that you know where the problem lies, and trust me, had Harry Maguire gone to Man City, a lot of people will be raving about him. Why? You see, when your team possess the ball, bro, your defenders has less pressure to face, so they're going to look good. Look at Ruben Dias, for example.
Look at Stones. Look how Stones progress.
But what I'm saying, Ryan, look at Diaz. Diaz looks very good for City. Do people actually see Ruben Dias for Portugal? That man looks like he can't defend. Why? Because Portugal play totally different and they don't possess the ball as Man City does. But what I'm getting at, James, is that Maguire, for example, when Maguire plays for England now, bro, is a total different Maguire versus one that plays for United.
No, but it's not because they possess the ball. Because I've seen in these games, Manchester United have really possessed the ball well. What happened is that when they get hit on the counter, or is a one-on-one situation, and again, I think Micah Richards and Jamie Carragher, but somebody was explaining the defending that he was doing. And again, it's simple defending, how you go towards the ball and how you turn your body and you lead the attacker where you want him to go. Harry Maguire wasn't doing that, and again, that's simple basic school defending. And I'm not sure if he's nervous. Obviously, he doesn't have the speed as a lot of these attackers. So again, when you don't have the speed, you have to give up certain.
You don't need speed to do basic defending because none of the best defenders don't have speed.
Exactly.
The greatest defenders of our time and before, they were not fast. So it's not about speed.
Here's the thing, Kims, and this is the problem.
It's just body shape, just wrong and all of them something.
That is what I was going to say, Ryan, that, all right, you don't have to have the pace, but you see his positional placing and also his reading is totally off. And You see, in
Yep.
football, if you don't have the pace to defend it, because all right, a man like Bay is not the
Yep.
best when it comes down to positional sense, but it's because he has the pace to make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
He gets away at times. But Maguire, no way. When you don't have the pace, you have to use the head. This is where your head comes in. So, but I don't know, yeah, man. But Marcus Rashford, Ryan, I saw what you said, but yes, they were to blame because of his injuries. However, certain things that this man does can't come down to injury. You can't tell me that reading up the game again, understanding when to make a pass and when not to, because this is a man that he might see four men in front of him, and there's one beside him that he could simply make a square pass to, and this man is going to try and run through all four defenders. Why? That is just total nonsense.
When was Marcus Rashford never like that? Even when Marcus Rashford was on form for two straight seasons and putting up decent numbers, he was always that player. Yes, he needs to get those kind of things out of game. He has a tendency to run down blind alleys and them some there. Yes, I'm saying he really needs to evolve to the next level or to be more consistent. He
That
has
is
to
what I'm
get
saying now.
that out
Because
of his game.
Ryan, like give him a pass when he was on top of him because could say that he's still an emerging talent. But now it's the time that you're
Oh,
a big
I
man in
think
football.
Rashford past emerging talent stage right now. I'm 25 this year.
No,
Him need
not
to.
that I'm saying. I'm saying the time when you're talking about when he was on top of him.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Now it's
so
the
at
time
this
that
stage
this
of
man
the game,
should
at this
grow
stage
up.
of the game, Rashford should not be doing those things.
Facts.
But yeah, what I was saying though, I think the injuries played a part in outside of that, outside of the foolishness of mother would run down blind alley and them something there. Um, outside of those injuries play a part in his form to some extent right now.
Terry, to answer to this, I can tell you this much, and Kims can tell her that I was one of them that called for Ruben Diaz over Maguire all day through. Kims can attest to that because I knew this guy from the West Indies, so I wanted him, but
Mm.
you're happy with him, and that's it. But nothing much to say then. Too much rumblings over that side. I heard that there's a
Don't
lot of
worry.
information being leaked.
Una have another draw come up tomorrow. But yeah, I wanted to touch on that. And again,
Now
these
you
are
one
the
minute.
things. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about. Let me tell you something about information getting out. Information only gets out when somebody wants it to get out. That's
Facts.
the only way information can come out of our club. So I'm not sure if it's the agents of the players who are unhappy, not getting enough game time, who because when they say something like Ralph assistant is I think
Ted
them say
Lasso.
something about them say
Ted Lasso.
yeah, let's say something about his thing is outdated and boring and like, come on, guys. Like, you see, if and again, I'm telling you, this if they were playing some good football, getting some good results, and
Nah,
these
you're
things come out, I'll be like, all right, the guy's tired of the boring thing or whatever. But every single coach that has come to Manchester United, even Jose, what I like, every single coach have said the same exact thing about these players. The attitude stinks. They don't want to work hard. They feel like they're entitled to everything. And I guess these people are millionaires and all of that kind of stuff. But again, you have a basic job to do. Let's go do your damn job. Let's see. I don't want to hear anything about this coach lazy, this coach boring, tactics outdated. Just do your job. That's it.
There's Sheikh saying that tell them Kims, man them a waste man, poor recruitment, and even poor bad coaches that keeps them.
Yeah, like I hear, like I see another report. Oh, the players don't want Ten Hag. The
They
players
want
want Pochettino.
Pochettino.
So tell me now, which player at Manchester United deserve the opportunity to say, I want this coach, I want that coach? Absolutely none. All of you have been paid like absolute garbage, trash.
Now, Ten Hag
Like,
go and come
like
there. Ten Hag go and come there, come lay down the law. So
Yep.
them no matter.
That's what they don't like. All right, Ryan. That is part of the reason why people are saying that Ralph, for
mhm.
instance, is not doing his job. But what people also forget is that the people over him is not allowing the guy to do what he want to do because I heard that he wanted to sign the DM in January. They never gave it to him. And you have known this guy for a while now, and I've known him. And if he's one guy that don't take nonsense, is this guy. So if Man United don't give him the contract that he wants, he's going to walk away come summer. I know this guy by now. And
Who,
here's
Ralph?
yeah, that's the sort of person he is. I guess when they were saying that Henderson leaking in for Man U. That's a rumor. The guy came out and he cleared his name, said that nothing like that. So again,
Yeah, I guess it's a good story to use in this name.
yeah. But going to move on from this team that is shambolic. We're going to talk about other teams. So we're going to look at Watford who lost 2-0 to Brighton. Again, Sherwin probably feeling nice because Sherwin came here and in the comment section said that his boy Neymar would have scored, and he did so. And also Adam Webster got a goal. And I'm going to go to you, Ryan. And as a matter of fact, there are two English guys on the panel. So this Adam Webster guy, he was at Bristol City, came to the Premier League to Brighton, and since then, this guy has been a level of consistency for Brighton. He has been consistent, and he's 27, I believe, and
Yeah.
in terms of ball playing and all of that, he has been very good. Also scoring, he has been very good, and I think you probably remember him, Ryan, when he scored that equalizer against your side. I think it was either last year or the season before.
Just
So
what who scored the equalizer over there? Oh,
I think it was.
that was Welbeck. Yeah. So I think
But
it have been last year.
before that, it was him. So
That's right.
when I look at this Adam Webster guy, what do you think about him? And then I can talk about Brian.
Well, I wasn't paying. To be honest with you, I really didn't never pay much attention to him. Maybe normally when you watch teams, lower teams, you really don't really pay attention to their individual footballers like that. Except for maybe like a Bissouma who or a Lamptey, you really not pay much attention to them. But when I saw an article came out over the weekend and they said 6 players who England should look at calling up for the first time, and Webster's name was in it, and was like, really? Webster's actually good. I hear they mentioned Kilman name some time ago. Kilman is doing very well. I really never did pay much attention to him either. I don't remember which former footballer come out and say Kilman is leagues ahead of Maguire in terms of ball possession and ball carrying and all of them somewhere. They're saying the same thing about Webster as well. So
I said it on here in Ryan, and I believe a couple of people in the comment section were saying that I'm talking foolish. I said that Max Killman has been easily the Wolves' most improved player this season. But carry on with Webster.
yeah, so I really never pay much attention to them individually, but based on how their clubs are performing and the defensive soundness of their clubs, they must be doing something right.
All right. Kems, the game itself now, again, an L that we expected for Watford. Watford is going down, and as we all said, Roy Hodgson cannot save them. So what do you have to say about it?
Well, looked like a tale of two halves of the season, because at one half of the season, it looked like Norwich was going down and Watford was staying up. Now it seemed like Norwich is going to stay up and Watford is going down, down, down. I told y'all that they shouldn't have fired Ranieri, because whoever they get after him, and they decide to go and get Roy Hodgson. And when I'm watching that game, I am just seeing a man who is really and truly just trying not to lose games instead of trying to win games. They
should have started with. They shouldn't have fired
Cisco. Facts.
I can start there as well, but when I'm watching Watford set up, and obviously, in the game of football, you're going to get 1-2 chances as a football goal. But when you look on the vast majority of the game, it does look like Roy Hodgson tell these guys, hey guys, let us see if we can get a 0-0 draw with this one and then move on. But, as Brighton, the fluid playing team that they are, they came out, they were moving the ball around, obviously, and, getting the first goal, was good for them, because if we know anything about Brighton, it's a team that will play great football, but just can't find the back of the net. So I believe getting that first goal, I think that gave them some kind of comfort.
Yeah, man. When they scored the first goal, I say I want to see what they're going to know, because them used to going up, and they could have gone. It could have been 1-1 when Watford hit the crossbar.
That was Emmanuel Dennis, the only shining light for that team.
The only.
Man, he bought 5 man enough.
Yeah, sorry. But
and then, the same Webster guy that you spoke about, just go ahead and finish him off, in the 8-second minute. And after that, you just saw the players really just hanging their heads and, just really waiting for the final whistle. So, Watford is in a world of trouble right now. I don't think Roy Hodgson going to make it until April, but, make us see.
Okay. And I said Tyrese and Shakes going into the comment section over some foolishness. Anyways, there's Shake saying that Just because I pick up a player and I mean he's the very best in the world. Diaz is not a top centre back in comparison to the world greats. Diaz would be a bench warmer in the past in many teams. But
I think it's a good time to develop, you know.
yeah, he's still pretty young. What, 24 now, I believe. So yeah, he has a lot of time ahead of him. Now going to look at the next game. So Brentford taking on Crystal Palace. From a far away out, we probably thought that this would have been
Yeah, that was
goals,
always going to be a
goals,
draw.
and goals.
No, that was always going to be a draw.
No, but you know what, Ryan?
No.
We expected a goal scoring draw. That's what we expected.
Well, I pick 1-1 for
Not
this game, But then remember, you said that there was, and I tell you, the bookies must know something when they say they might get $40 for
For
over
1.5.
1.5. They
Facts.
must know something because I'm saying, we get $40 for over 1.5. But I
With
still
these
thought
two
it would have,
teams.
yeah, but I still thought it would be a 1-all draw. But man, that game was snooze fest for me personally.
I never
You
liked
think the decision, the non-penalty decision was correct?
Yeah. It's in keeping with what they have done throughout the league this season. So
I think it's correct because there was a push and go.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. In keeping with what they have done this season, I go with that. We're going to move on to our next game and talk about this team that, I mean, Ryan probably will be happy seeing that this man is a former legend of his club. I'm talking about Everton. Everton came out the blocks and they beat up Leeds by 3-0. I mean, 2 defenders scored first, and the man who was the team view at Man United, he started this game, and this man looked at home.
Run the midfield.
Van de Beek ran that midfield, and he was the one that was on hand to basically set up the first goal. And he did everything that he wanted in a box-to-box midfield. He tackled, he passed, and all of that. So, what do you think about Everton's performance?
I've been saying this over the past week about Manchester United players that they are class, they are just at the wrong school. Van der Beek transferred to a different school and start show what he is made of. Marshall play a game or there, played very well. So some man of class, them just get the wrong school. I don't know what it is with that school, but something is going wrong there that is causing them to not look class.
I'm going to say something I just said. I say Marshall is the type of person that is going to give. That's going to get your.
Yeah, man. We know how film thing already. But at the end of the day, I'm still.
I don't mind. I can make some money off him.
And get ovation. Yeah, and Van der Beek was always a ball. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that what went down. I don't know. But you have some players who will play better for certain coaches, and I can see Van der Beek playing good for Lampard because he was a midfielder, so he might know what to tell him and tell him how to play and what to do and all of them something. So I am not surprised that he performed well, and if he performs well for the rest of the season, I won't be surprised because Van der Beek was somebody I always rate. I just don't know what went wrong at Man U. That guy could have been at Real Madrid but he came to Man U because I think Van der Sar and
yeah, man, I have in a financial situation,
yeah.
So basically that's what you need to help them out.
Yeah, so he was always a baller. He had to take a step down to show what he's made of, and I hope he continues to be the football everybody knows he is. And Everton played really different. They were going
snapping into challenges,
possessive football and all of them something there. They were playing totally different from the counter. I don't know what Rafa was playing then. Maybe counter attacking. I don't know what it was. Counter something.
You couldn't defend what he was playing.
Yeah, it was. I guess he was trying to counter something, but never worked. But Everton's squad is stink though because it's a mixture of 5 different coaches and 5 different coaching styles. So Lampard just have to sieve out and get the midfield. If they are fit, he has a very good midfield.
Facts.
Yeah, Alan McCoy and those kind of players. I know Van der Beek comes into the mix and those things. So he does have a good midfield. The back line, nothing special. I don't rate John Kenny as a right back. Seamus Coleman done.
I think he'll probably try to integrate the youngster Nathan Patterson that they brought in from Rangers to
Yeah. And then the new left back that I got recently.
Michael Lincoln, yeah.
So, yeah. So his midfield is decent. The back line not so special, and the front line, once Calvert-Lewin is fit, they will play well.
But hold on, didn't he miss a penalty?
Oh,
I'm forgetting.
that was about 2 months ago. Calvert-Lewin missed a penalty, man.
Not in that game.
Not in
A
that
month ago.
I was watching back some replays today for some reason that stuck in my head. But here's Michelle saying that Kems, what you have to say now, you couldn't wait to dump on Lampard last week.
No problem. So is it my time to talk now? Is it my
Yes,
time?
sir.
Okay. All right. So what I'll say about Van de Beek first and foremost is that obviously, when he came on in those little 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minute spells at Manchester United, even I think he came on I think he played a Champions League game when Mr. Press Conference came, and we saw the quality that he has. I'm not sure what's happening in training, why he can't get more opportunities, because Ole was there first, and then press conference now come, and it was still the same thing. So clearly, two different coaches, two different kind of styles, but they're still the same thing. All right, let us talk about Everton.
Speak up, Elton said that they need to change the name from Mr. Press Conference to Mr. First Half.
You're dang right. You're dang right.
But
all right, let us be fair about this game. This game was Everton playing against basically a Manning Cup team. Let us not and let us put things in its proper perspective. And I don't want to determine of foolishness or a bad mind talk, but let us be honest. Leeds played on Wednesday. They played against Aston Villa in a thriller, in an up and down game, tired, absolute. And anybody who play any form of sport at all, not all the people they move sit down from them coach and they start the ball game. But if you actually play football, if you're actually physical, and you play a game on Wednesday, a game of that magnitude on Wednesday, and then Saturday now you're coming and you're asking the same exact players to duplicate a performance like that, obviously you're not going to get.
When did Everton play? When did Everton play? When did Everton play? When did Everton play?
I don't know. Look it up. But Everton didn't play.
Could have spread them and Leeds maybe play within the same time.
Right, so Everton played on Tuesday against Newcastle.
When did Leeds play? It was on Tuesday or it was Wednesday? Wednesday. All right, look at that. Everton. So guess what? Guess what again? Everton.
So did 1 day difference cause them to not play very well. Okay.
Ryan.
Stick up Ryan. Kems, you have to be fair now, bro. Listen. Southampton.
Did Everton travel to Newcastle?
Yeah,
okay, I guess them traveling don't affect.
But
did not affect
Everton. Okay. If you're going to go down that line, right? Southampton played a very good game against Man City. They came back and they played a thriller against Spurs. They came back and they absolutely outplayed Man United. To use that as an excuse for Leeds,
do not talk about freaking Manchester City game. And guess what? Southampton rotate their players. Leeds play the exact same team. What are you telling me? Say? Like Leeds play look on the thing. Look within the first 9 minutes, Stuart Dallas get hurt. Within the first 9 minutes, and you already know that Leeds is a depleted team. When it have to do with COVID, when it have to do with injuries, they are a depleted team. They are playing with a depleted squad. So let us be honest now. Everton had the upper hand going into the game. Fabi Frano, you are a coach. More you be honest, Fabi Frano. Leeds come with the same exact team. They just played a thriller against Aston Villa. They're tired, emotionally, mentally, physically tired. Everton just got their butt kicked by Newcastle, 3-1. Obviously, Everton has a particular chip on their shoulder. Leeds is just tired. Leeds just a show. Leeds asked for the game to be postponed because they don't have enough bodies. They are absolutely tired. They are drained. They are drenched. I don't call this game. I write off this game for Leeds.
So when I ask that question, Everton go way up and north.
Leeds travel go way up and north. Aston Villa too.
Go lose and travel go back at their yard, and it never affect them.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
No, I'm not exactly. I'm not understanding you.
Because it was two different kind of games. You look on the Everton and Newcastle game, and then look at the Leeds and Aston Villa game.
Just listen what Sheikh say here, and this is the facts. Leeds is just
No,
Leeds. One good game
no,
today, and next
no.
bad game
I get
tomorrow. That is Leeds.
no. I'm telling you, level one. That's why I really can't talk to people who don't actually play sports, brother. You can't tell me say Leeds are just Leeds. Man, I tell you, those things take a toll on your body. Like play such an intense game, 90 odd minutes, and then come back with
And
the
I'm
same exact
asking
players.
you, Everton traveling to way up and north and go lose after travel come back. It don't affect them.
But they played. They first of all, okay. Let me explain that. First of all, Everton had one extra day to do all of that. Leeds traveled to Aston Villa, and
One
then
extra.
Leeds had to go ahead, and then
Cool.
Leeds had to go ahead and travel to Everton again, on less days rest with the same exact players with the same depleted squad. All I'm saying is that I'm not going to use this game on Lord Lampard. Oh, Lampard go good. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to write off this game both for Leeds and Everton. And then the next game this weekend now coming up, then I do a fair assessment.
Who
That's
Everton
all I'm
play
going
next?
to do.
Who Everton play next?
I'll tell
You
you in a
might have said,
second.
eh?
I'll tell you in a second. I don't
Then
know
when
who
they
they play,
play
but
City, and you're going to say, oh, look at that. Them lose to City.
All right, so they are Southampton on the weekend.
all right, perfect game, perfect. So I don't want to hear an excuse or anything. No, Southampton just come off a big win. I mean, a big draw against United. So then now it's going to be Southampton versus Everton. No excuses, no tired players. Rotate the squad. Let's go. Not Leeds with them same 11 in 9 minutes. See what Dallas hurt, cramps, everything. Hamstring. Come on, man. Come on.
And I'm going to read through some of these comments. The Shakes is saying that Kim's bitter because Lamb's in a job and only visiting the garden. And here's a family friend saying that both Leeds and Villa lost over the weekend. Everton outplayed them still. With Dan James playing false nine, I'm not expecting much from them. Owen was saying that Everton lost a couple players to injuries too, including Demar Gray. Michelle was saying that Kim's only accepts excuses when it suits him. Adlam was in agreement with Kim saying that Leeds style is very taxing on the body with that intensity plus that depleted squad. It was difficult for Leeds.
Yo, you see, you can tell Adlam is a Georgian, because the man have sense and the man emotional. He look at this
And
time
nobody
guy
else
in the
know
comments.
anything.
No, I'm not saying nobody else don't have any sense, because I know a lot of persons in there have sense. But that Tyrese guy in particular, very emotional. Always want to make the comments about him. Always want to be the center of attention. Tyrese, we don't have any time for your boss. Our football we over here talk. So if you're going to talk football, you talk football. Not the light man kind of business. Football we
Kim,
talk.
I thought you said that you weren't paying attention to the comment section.
No, I just go over there and glimpse over there them running off the mouth. Listen. You see Shakes passing comment out about all in the garden, that is fine. But listen, what I'm saying, anybody who play any kind of football at any level, you know, for example, St. George's College play against Kingston College, a rivalry game in a Manning Cup, and then you ask Georges, hey Georges, you come with the same like a depleted squad and come play against all of JC right now and duplicate the same performance that you just duplicate against KC. It's virtually impossible.
Wow. And Shakes did it again. Shakes said that imagine if Everton beat Southampton, Kims will be watering the garden with Ole.
Hey, all right. All I'm going to tell you is when Southampton put the beating on Team Viewer and Lampard, hey, you know, let's
All
go.
right, let's get
go,
to the
man.
next game. So, Norwich against Man City, as we expected, Man City would have ramped this team. And first half, I really expected him to score more, but they didn't. But once again, Raheem Sterling proving his quality. I mean, this guy has been criticized a lot. He has been ostracized multiple times, but to score over 100 Premier League goals already, and he's 27, I believe. Very good going for the guy, and he scored a hat trick. I mean, kicked the penalty, was a poor penalty, but got the rebound and converted it. Anything you have to say about that one, Kims?
Come on now. You know, last time I came on here and I rave about Raheem Sterling, and I will always, just like I'm an Ole defender, I'll always be a Raheem Sterling defender and a Leon Bailey beater, right? Because guess what? I came on here and I said, hey, Raheem Sterling have won the most penalty in Premier League history. Come on, if it was Lionel Messi do that, the whole world, hey, Messi, oh, I love Messi, great. Raheem Sterling, that thing, you shove that thing under the rug. I am not going to shove it under the rug. The man is a Jamaican. The man is doing great things in the Premier League. A lot of persons tell me, say, oh, him can't control, or him can't play. Hey, guess what him can do? Him can score goals, and him can create goals and can create chances. and he is an integral part in Manchester City's team. And that hat-trick, that is absolutely brilliant hat-trick. And we need to talk about Raheem Sterling more. And people tell me, oh, Mahrez better, oh, Grealish better, oh, this better, oh, when him go for England, him can't get a game for England, him can't start for England. Surprisingly, in the World Cup, in the Euros, this man always stand out. In the Man City team, when he gets an opportunity, he always finds a way to impact the game. And them baller they will love. Great work, Raheem Sterling. Absolute great work.
Yes, friend is saying that City impeccable at the moment. I don't see them dropping 3 points at the moment. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. What say you, Ryan?
About what? City?
Yeah, man, their
And
performance.
they were always going to win that game. They will drop points eventually, but not sure when yet. But that game was not the game that they was going to lose. That was a standard win for City.
All right, so
Nothing special to me. City beating Norwich Polo.
all right. So what I'm going to ask you now is that Raheem Sterling, in terms of the wingers that are playing right now at the top of the game, where would you rank him?
Top 10. Not sure what number, but in the top 10.
Okay, fair. Let's move on to the next game where we saw Kim's call our guy, Mr. Press Conference. I don't know what he has to say about this fella because as I came on the previous podcast and I said that this man right now is pulling out his hair and he's slowly getting bald once again. This is a man that did a transplant already and seems like he will need a new one. I'm talking about Mr. Antonio Conte. That's now 3 L's in a row. And Wolves. One thing that we always say about Wolves may not score a lot, but they definitely will not concede a lot
Wolves
as
was
well.
always going to be Tottenham because they have a history of beating Tottenham. If people
Facts.
follow Wolves and Tottenham games, Wolves always find a way.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that from the big coach. I don't want to hear that. Again, I tell you, today Monday is not the day for excuses. Not the day at all. Let me tell you something.
Kev, do you have a list?
like, huh?
You have a list?
No, listen.
People you want to beat, like you just have a list, a standard list.
No, listen. All right, listen. Let me tell you. You see, when people tell me about people who they think are great, I'm lucky in them kind of people. There. I remember when Conte never lose a game for Spurs. I hear, oh, Conte come in. Oh, he's a top 3 coach in the league. Oh, this man haven't lose a game for Tottenham. Oh, this man is taking Tottenham over the home. Surprisingly, every time Tottenham don't get a favorable result, what a favorable result is a win. So when they get a draw against a bad team, him come out and him do him little subliminals. This team is not good enough. I'm struggling. I'm fighting an uphill battle with this team. Okay, then the transfer window come and guess what he did? He ship out the people and he say, hey, I had to ship out so many persons that's supposed to show you the turmoil that the squad was in. Now I have my people. And I'm paraphrasing. That is not exactly what he
No,
said,
they brought in
but I'm
2
just
people too.
paraphrasing. Well, he got his people. He only wanted those 2 persons. So
No.
now he's now on a 3-game losing streak against Wolves. I remember Arsenal just beat Wolves with 10 men. And I don't want to hear anything about Spurs and Wolves history. You are a top 3 coach. Again, I tell you, find a way to win. You have Harry Kane, you have Son, you have Lucas Moura, you have Bergwijn, you have all those players. Find a way to beat Wolves. You are at home. You cannot go down 2-0 at home to Wolves. Find a way to win. Guess what? Remember, Tottenham was one of the teams, just like Burnley and Arsenal, who got so many of their games suspended, didn't play for a long while, had a long period of rest that they got chance to rejuvenate, rest their body, rest their muscles, and come again. And when they come again, they are playing disappointed football. I am watching Tottenham now, and I don't see any difference that when Nuno was coaching. I don't see any difference that when Pochettino was coaching. But I hear that this man is a top 3 coach. We have to stop this foolishness, and we have to be. Now they ask him about top 4. You know what I'm saying? He would even say, "Boy, let me try and give a diplomatic answer. Let me try and just be honest. I remember trying and just be fair."
Not
He
when
said, "Oh, I am
Content
used," and
don't do those things.
I'm paraphrasing again. He said, I'm not used to fighting for top 4. I'm used to winning. I'm used to winning. I don't know how a top 4 race go. But let us not forget that Tottenham has finished second in this league. All right? They have finished second in this league already, and they have been to a Champions League final. Mr. Conte, you are on the clock. When I was a Manchester United fan, I fought against this man. I said, hey, I don't want this man at Manchester United because this man is just not disciplined enough to play the Manchester United way. And now we're seeing it at Tottenham. 3-game losing streak and counting.
What's the Manchester United way?
Ask LeBron, see my on the jersey there.
No.
Bro, I keep on telling you guys that I wear this jersey because I'm not wasting my 14 grand. So don't really watch the jersey. But what I have to say about them, Ryan, I'm going to read this comment and I get the take. So here's what I'm trying to say, that Tottenham is so unpredictable. You never know what you will get with them. Today they're good, tomorrow they're really bad. If Tottenham doesn't make top four, it's because of inconsistency. And if we're being honest, was it Arsenal? Yeah. I believe Arsenal has been the best 45 minutes that Tottenham has played since Conte has taken over. Since then, they haven't played good in any of the games. Yes, they have gotten results.
Arsenal?
But Arsenal or Chelsea?
Not Chelsea, can we beat them 3 times straight?
No, man. Remember that they had a very good first half performance against one of these teams, and then the second half.
I don't remember.
I stand corrected.
I think it was probably Arsenal.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, but I stand corrected. But well, look at them, Ryan. What is so bad about Tottenham? What is it that they are doing so wrong?
Tottenham, the squad not good. Simple. The squad need an overall. You look at the team. It's just
not good.
standard. It's just an average team. Look at what Pochettino had in his prime. He had 2 good centre backs, Toby and Vertonghen. You had Trippier and Kyle Walker fighting for minutes. You had Danny Rose in his prime. You had Musa Dembele, who was very good at the time, who now retire. Kane's son. You had Dele Alli playing very good football at times. Tottenham at that time, when they come second and third and doing well in Champions League, were a very good team. That Tottenham no longer exists. They are just a very average team right now. The best they can do with Tottenham is try to fight for fourth, depending on who is fighting for fourth. And yeah, that's it. They're just average team. There's nothing special about Tottenham right now.
All right. So you're going to tell me, Levon, look a reason up on a real level. You're going to tell me that this Tottenham team, with this top 3 coach, because remember, when you're bringing a coach to a team in Levon, you're bringing the coach for improvement. When you're bringing a brand name coach, you're saying that, hey, my team is flawed, but your skill set should be able to overcome some of the flaws. Am I right? Yes or no?
Does that include not losing at all?
No, I'm not saying not losing at all, but then again, no, we have to pick and choose the games where we lose. Okay,
but
so let us talk
about because I'm just saying to you that when he came in, Spurs was like, I don't remember what they were, but they have some game in hands, and I'm saying to you, if they win the game in hands, even now at this point, they still go for it, don't they?
No, not right now. No.
They have 2 games in hands.
Nope.
How much they have now?
I think they have 1 game in hand right now.
Check it out.
2.
Yeah.
All right. They have 2 games in hand.
They still won't go into fourth.
Yes, and they are 36. First of all,
Arsenal
play the same amount of games. Yep. Yeah, and Arsenal.
Hold on, they have Arsenal. Arsenal is one of their game in hand, so you can't count Arsenal.
Yeah, but they don't know.
I'm saying.
Come on, though, Ryan. Based on how they're playing right now,
Arsenal. No, I'm just saying to you that where Tottenham were when Conte came in, they were worse. I'm not saying that they're playing better football, but I'm just saying to you that the change is incremental. They were worse, and I think they're in a slightly better position.
They were worse. Where exactly? In position-wise in the table or play-wise?
Yes, position-wise. How better you think Tottenham can play with that squad? Tell me, how better you really think them can play? The only thing you can hope with Tottenham is that them go up the table a little bit.
This is my thing. They have Harry Kane, right? Who I hear is one of the best strikers in the world. They have Son, who I hear is a workhorse of the team.
Can go into any team. We have heard that argument.
Can go into any team and start for any team. And again, you have Lucas Moura, decent baller. You have
midfield is garbage.
Yeah, me feel garbage, but I can't really remember all of the names right now. But those are the three cores that I work with. So what I'm saying, Ryan, is that you see if you go up against a Chelsea, a Liverpool, and a City, and you lose against those teams, then I can say, all right, then cool. Your squad not big enough, your squad not thick enough, no matter who the coach is. But when you lose to Southampton, and not even like it's a one love, like you're losing 3-2, like you were totally outplayed by Southampton. Remember when Conte when Conte went up 2-1, what did he do to the Southampton crowd?
Shush.
Oh, okay. So you basically tell me, say, oh, we got this. That's the way you tell me, we got this. And then,
I
Southampton
don't
come
know
back.
name Tottenham.
And they were supposed to lose against Leicester too, and obviously, Brendan Rodgers just, so that would have be 4 in a row. But him get to it. Him get to it on that one. Him get to it. Seal. Him get to it on that one, man. But I
Kems,
just
you
want us
just
to.
call all you do was call 3 names.
And yes,
If you
Adlam
if
said
you
that
want
Kim's
if you
is
want
struggling to find
if you
good
cannot
ballers.
call a core of 6 names, that means your squad bad.
And here's it,
All right.
right. Here's
How
Adlam
about all right?
agreeing with you. So here's Adlam saying that Kim's is struggling to find good ballers. Show you them the good.
Look at this. Okay.
Precisely.
No. Let us talk. No, may I pull up the squad now. How about Harry Winks? I hear a lot of great things about Harry Winks.
You hear great things about him?
Meh.
Where still come I hear that?
How about the guy that everybody say, they make Tottenham get this guy? He's going to be really good from Real Madrid. Regular or whatever. Good baller.
I need to bring back Jason on the show because Jason were one of them that was beckoning for him.
Do we say good baller or not? Good baller, right? Good baller.
Yeah, good baller.
How about Romero? Romero in
Best
that
defender in Syria last season.
Yeah, how about Romero in that strong defense? How
Has
about
been
him?
injured though.
All right, but he played in the Southampton game. All right, how about Sanchez?
Nah.
Mm. But if you compare Sanchez to Salisu,
No man,
yeah,
Salisu is miles above him this season, bro.
I agree.
better than Sanchez.
Salisu been
Salisu
better.
top
Before
five.
Salisu came to Southampton, Salisu was a baller.
What about Bergwijn? Remember Bergwijn is a savior,
Meh.
Remember he's a savior,
Nah, savior for what?
And in the Leicester game, he was a savior. Remember him come on and change the Leicester game.
Listen.
Broken clock. Bergwijn is a broken clock baller.
Yes, when I mentioned players like Bergwijn is coming from Netherlands, right? And he said most players that come from Netherlands over to Premier League, they generally don't hit.
Bergwijn is a 10 game in play 1-1 and give one good standard performance.
So you tell me about 6 players, Levon, and a while ago I name 6 players. What I'm
but those are not the core players. The core you can't count Romero will just reach and
Regular to an extent.
Regular, yeah, to an extent.
Playing either.
But then again, Regular was good last season. But I don't know. I don't know if him get some injuries this season or something.
No, just not getting enough game time.
Well, whatever.
But
it's just they're not really core. Something that really come.
But we're not going to move on. Well, before I move on, here's where's his name? Sherwin, you popped up late, man. I big you up earlier when I said that you called that your boy Neil Maupay would have scored, and he did so. So big up yourself, Sherwin. You saw that one and you did get it. And I think you also called the scoreline as well. But Adlam, I'm not saying that every player that comes from Netherlands don't hit, Some do, some don't. Because Ericsson did. But when I look at vast majority, Ryan, remember that striker that came to Tottenham? I believe his name was Victor Janssen, something like that.
Janssen.
I was lighting up Dutch league. What happened after?
So all him could have was kick penalty.
Exactly. But we're going to move on to the next game, and that's Burnley against Liverpool. Liverpool get a 1-0 victory through Fabinho. That's now 5 goals in 2022 for Fabinho, and a man that I heard that is a goat of football hasn't scored since 2022. Talking about man that plays in the number 7 for a particular club in Manchester. So Fabinho, who's a defensive mid, has gone 5 goals already. So now you look at them, Ryan. Do you think that they genuinely still has a chance in that title race, or you think that this title is Basically,
If anybody has a chance, it's Liverpool. Here's why. If Liverpool win the game that they have in hand and then they beat City, they can cut it to
points.
3 points. So if anybody has a realistic chance, I mean, I say City, I go say Liverpool going to do it, and I'm just saying, realistically looking at the table, anybody that has a realistic chance of doing it, it's Liverpool.
All right, Kems, what say you?
Well, obviously, Liverpool, since Klopp has taken over, they have reestablished that championship DNA, so obviously teams, there are only two teams in the Premier League with that championship DNA right now, and that is City and Liverpool. So as Ryan rightly said, we can never write off, a team like Liverpool, for sure, coming back. I know as well as, they have City to play, and remember the last time when they played City, what happened in that game. So, but again, if you ask me to put a bet on it, I would say Liverpool will not come back because I just think that City is just too good right now, and I think City is on a roll. And when they get on a roll, they don't stop. The squad is healthy, squad is happy, everybody is playing good. Everybody is loving the football. I think they're on a particular mission, this season. So hey, if I was a betting man, I bet that City will win the league, but you can never write off Liverpool for sure.
Yeah, I would say City. If I were to ask, if somebody asked me who would win, I would say City. But at the end of the day, Liverpool
They're in
have
the
a chance.
driver's
We could
seat.
talk about chance.
They're in the driver's seat, so it's up to City to lose it. But what I want to say is that I have to big up the Liverpool fans, man, because on a nightly basis, whenever we have a football show, the Liverpool fans come out in the comment section. So I have to give my hats off to man like Gio, Fabi Freno, Adlam, Owen Dilworth,
What
and there's a few
what
others.
what happened to the Manchester United fans? They stop coming out.
To be honest, Kims, I can flick through the comment section and I really can count on my probably three fingers how much I see. I know that Lataya is still there because Lataya will stick around. Oh yeah, I'll start to big up Christoph. Christoph's another Liverpool man.
Mm.
So I'm just flicking through the comment section right now. Well, Shakes is a United man, so Shakes is still in the comment section. So that's
Shakes,
two.
Shakes. Just some Shakes is still in the comment section because I'm gonna stop looking at the comment section. Is Shakes still there?
I'm not sure if he is, but
So
Shakes
Shakes, so
is not
Shakes,
coming.
If you're watching or if you're listening, just know that one of these shows I really wanted to come on because you told me a lot of stuff about some feel good moments under Ole. So I'm wondering if you missed those feel good moments that you had because right now I know you're not feeling good at all. So anytime you're ready and your mind is clear, Shakes, we welcome you back on the show so you and I can have a discussion about Mr. Press Conference and Ole.
All right, so you asked about the United fans, so I can tell you that Lataya is there. Also,
Mm,
some Pepe Paul just make a one comment and cut. Since then, I
mm,
haven't seen him comment again. As I
mm.
mentioned, Shakes has been commenting, and I also saw Shanile. So there is only four United fans on this. If they're still there. So boy, you see how things have dwindled down.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's still there. So Shakes, how about tomorrow if possible? If you're available tomorrow, just be here, man. We're going to get to another game now that I mean. This fellow, I'm so sorry that I never saw his bet earlier, and it was way afterwards I was reading back through and I saw his bet. This man tell me that anyhow Newcastle won this game, then I was on him. I'm so sorry I never saw it because he believed in that Aston Villa team, but as I thought, my team, Newcastle, we were in too much of a good form to lose to this bug side who couldn't get a result. Well, they got a draw against Leeds, but they were leading Leeds by what? 3 goals to 1, and that game drew. And when I saw Callum Chambers, I said, wow, thank you. This man curls out Ezra Cancer every night on this show, but I knew that this Callum Chambers guy wouldn't have done any much better. So now, Kems, they got a hot 1-0 once again. Kieran Trippier with the goal, good free kick, but people are saying that should Villa and teams that generally use this crouching method during free kicks like those do away with it? Because if I notice what Newcastle did, there are two players in the wall, and those two players would run to the side to create the little opening. Buendia was the one that was crouching, and if you notice that the ball went basically between him, because you know that Trippier couldn't have went up because McGinn was laying flat. So what do you think? The wall was awful from your team, or you think that it was just too good of a free kick?
No, well, let us not give Trippier more praise than he deserves. If we go back and watch the free kick, we'll see that the free kick was indeed deflected. So that played a huge role into it. No, I'm not going to be a reactive guy and say, oh
I don't
well,
think the
you
deception
know,
was that big though that he tried it from the
ah
goal.
yes it was big, and the keeper even acknowledged it after the fact. So yes, it was a big thing. I can send you the interview and you'll hear it for yourself. But I'm not going to be a reactive guy and say, hey, guess what? Don't put your wall like this because Villa has been putting their wall like that and they haven't been conceding any quote unquote free kicks. I just believe that these things happen. But again, um, when I move on to the game, Aston Villa in that first half was absolutely atrocious. When I say atrocious, it was like they were playing Manning Cup. It was like a Manning Cup team, Manning Cup kind of football. It was absolutely poor. They were not prepared. I couldn't pick out one standout on the pitch. Matty Cash poor. Um, Coutinho was all right. Coutinho was trying to create, but obviously there was nobody. Ollie Watkins was
Only
poor.
losing the ball.
Um, yes, man, it was absolutely poor. And then I believe the game plan that Aston Villa went with, I think they put Ollie Watkins on the last man trying to boot the ball up there, and it was just that new guy that they got Burns or something. What his name?
Landburn, yeah.
Newcastle. Yes, he just totally took over the game. John Shelby. I've came on here many times and rave about John Shelby, and I tell you, this man is who I want in my midfield because this man understands football. This man plays the football. This man knows positioning in football. Obviously, with everybody, you're going to make some mistakes in the game. But if I want a midfielder who is not a brand name midfielder, give me John Shelby any day of the week. The man made some crucial tackles. The man made, obviously, in flux two shots and so. But for the vast majority of the game, the man was absolutely outstanding. That guy who want to tell me about is the best footballer for Newcastle, St. Max. That man was absolute trash, garbage. He tried everything. He tried his skills, tried this, tried that. And Matty Cash kept on picking his pocket. Even though Matty Cash had a bad game offensively, defensively, he was locked in. And St. Max tried to switch wings. When he switched wings, nothing happened. He was very ineffective in the game. Obviously, they got the 3 points. So that's what matters. But I think right
Three
now
in a row.
Huh?
Three
Aston
in a
Villa
row.
has to Aston Villa has to be very careful how they have started playing. Against Leeds, we were up 3-1, 3-2. We couldn't close the deal, we draw the game. Now we lose a game. We are welcoming Watford to Villa Park. We have to win that game and we have to play better because right now, we can slide down this table really, really, really quickly. And guys, and I don't care what one thing in the comment section. I was contemplating leaving Aston Villa club and finding a new club. And I don't care if you don't want to say me a wagon this or me a this or that.
One
Again,
lose.
with more information, I will always change my opinions. I am a winner. I support winners. When you start losing, I have to evacuate and go to somebody else who is winning.
But
But I
you jump from a club that the 4th to 1 with the 12th, brother.
no,
So
but
you're
I'm
a winner.
talking about because Manchester United
Expectation
have
is less,
some.
boss.
Yes, and Manchester United have a lot of internal issues we really can't deal with. But we're not talking about Manchester United now. But for Aston Villa itself, I watched Steven Gerrard post-game interview, and I was like, okay, Gerrard stood up, took accountability, said that he has to be better as a coach, said that the different coaches have to be better. Did you know that I don't know if other teams have this, but Aston Villa have set-piece coach, have mental health coach, have all them kind of coaches there. All right, Gerrard implement that, whatever the case may be, okay, no problem. Now I need to see these things pay off. But Gerrard took accountability and said, hey, we got to be much better. We are going to be much better. So I have decided to stay with Aston Villa until the end of the season, and then I would reevaluate where I go next.
Okay, and before I get to Ryan, I'm sure that a lot of you guys will find it funny. So here it goes. This is the official transfer of Levan to Newcastle. So it says that name Levan Trail, last team you were a fan of, Manchester United, are your first time Wagonist, of course. And they said that backup team in case of emergency, that is RB Leipzig, and there is my signature. And it was signed the 13th of the 2nd, 2022.
You realize where Leipzig is, right?
Of course.
Okay. Just a check.
So listen, Ryan. the thing with this is that yes, when expectation is less, I don't really expect much from Leipzig. I don't expect them to win instantly. I don't expect Newcastle to win. But Manchester United, if you're supporting a team like Manchester United, you expect them to win. You expect good football. You expect to see
Absolutely.
them do things. So
Absolutely.
right now the
Absolutely.
expectation is less. So here I
Absolutely.
am.
Absolutely.
But anything you have to say about this against Villa game, Ryan?
Well, I never expected Aston Villa to be that bad. Newcastle has a new money bounce, new manager bounce, new players bounce. So them are bounce all over the place and stuff. But and them are bounce up the table now. So it just bounce for Newcastle right now in terms of everything positive. Um, Eddie Howe seems as if he knows what he's doing. Eddie Howe was always a very good coach.
Facts.
Certain coaches, it's kind of, I don't know what it is with England, where if a coach does well with a smaller team, they normally don't promote them. Whereas in Germany and some of the other leagues, those are extremely not so, which is why you have a Klopp right now. And you have a Tuchel because they started off small
Yeah.
and they were doing well and then give them due credit. Whereas in England, that's not so. Um, so he's a decent coach. The team is now playing how he wants them to play. The man get Ryan Fraser to play. To start to play back football.
Remember that he was the
And
one that
No,
gave
but
him the
he
turn.
did get him. But didn't he
no,
get him to
remember
play good
he had
football
him
in
at
Bournemouth?
Bournemouth. He
Yeah,
had him
that's
at
what
Bournemouth, and then the season before they got relegated, he had like double digits in assists. And then when Bournemouth needed him the most, him sit it out because him out of contract and him don't want to get injured. And somehow him and Eddie Howe meet up back and Eddie Howe getting him to play back proper football.
Yep. And
Yeah,
as
John Shelby is playing very well. You have to give him credit. The
Joe
man is
Linton,
playing ball.
surprisingly.
Eddie Howe came into the team and said, John Joe is going to be my guy in midfield. I was surprised when I heard that. Because we think so this man is gone.
But listen, Ryan, when I look at them, even Joe Linton, who people call a
Joe
flop,
Linton is a midfielder now.
exactly. And
Yeah, so Eddie been ringing in the changes and there are sensible changes that he's making and they're paying off. The team that they start the season with is not the team that they're using now for the most part. So
I know
yeah,
this just changed totally because they're now playing 4-3-3 formation.
Yeah. So he's getting the team to play sensible. Aston Villa just think they had a bad game. I don't think this. I think on another day Villa would have won. It just happens. These things do happen in football. There are mid-table teams that are going to have bad games every now and again. Nothing. It's not like they're fighting for a top 4 position and expect them to be consistently winning. So it's just what it is. So
go ahead, Levan. I'll talk after you.
One thing
I think they will rebound against Watford.
One thing that you pointed out, I have to point out as well, is that with Eddie Howe, remember that before when he just took over Newcastle, they were like 9 points behind Everton, and right now they're only a point behind Everton as it stands. Even though they have played a game more, but that goes to show the remarkable work he has done since then. I mean, initially when he just took over, they were drawing games that they should have won because there's multiple times they took the lead and they fluffed their lines and end up conceding.
Yeah, those things will happen when you're just a starter.
Yeah, but Kemp, go ahead.
All right. One last 2 things I want to mention. I see a lot of persons, talking about Coutinho. Let me say something about Coutinho really quickly. Like, I'm not judging Coutinho if he scores or assists. Like, I believe it can influence a game more than, and again, we talk about this with Sancho, we talk about this with Grealish. And I guess this is just for regular football fans and you don't really in tune to the game. If you don't score or assist, then believe say you have a bad game. Then believe say the game was poor. I like them kind of thinking I know them think they are just kind of narrative thing and people use it as ammunition. The next thing I want to talk about is Leon Bailey. And yes, people, I know he haven't played football in a very long time, and I know this, and I know him just coming back from injury. But
one more name for you.
If Leon Bailey did come on and score, I wouldn't hear the end of it from the Jamaican populous, which I should. However, Leon Bailey was absolutely like he came on in the 62nd minute, and I forgot he was on the
60 second or
field.
70 second?
No, 60 second. I think he came on in the 62nd minute.
Conte,
I
Conte.
can check. Yeah, you can check. Double check it for me. But I didn't remember that he was on the field until he got that yellow card late in stoppage time. And again, guys, I know he's
70
just
second.
coming back. It was 70 second. All right. So and I know he was just coming from injury and stuff. But again, as a baller, I've seen a lot of ballers come back from similar injuries or worse injuries and come on in that same amount of time and do damage. So all I'm saying, you guys, just pump the brakes on Leon Bailey, set your expectations extremely low, and then if he surpass those expectations, then you guys can jump up.
What are the Bale expectations? I keep hearing it referring to them and I don't know what they're.
Well, remember them say no. Them said them
Who?
people
No,
say
me no,
Leon.
me no know. Who say it?
There's some people in the comment section and on Facebook and the general population tell you say Leon Bailey better than Raheem Sterling. Leon Bailey can walk in a Manchester United team and start. Come on, there's a lot of narratives out there about Leon Bailey, and I know it's just because
Interesting.
yes, he's Jamaican, and them love him or them love him daddy or something like that. But come on, guys, let us just pump the brakes a little bit and just allow Leon Bailey to come out and see. It seems like Steven Gerrard have some ratings for him, but let's just pump the brakes a little bit, guys. That's all.
Kens, but now I still like Christoph gave you one of your short ribs. The same
What
thing that
say?
you said about Coutinho, that people use assist and goals to judge Coutinho. You're saying that you use it as an ammunition when it comes down to St. Max.
Mr. Christoph Fuller, absolutely not. That's not what I use. What I use, remember, when I talk about St. Max atrocious performances, and it's because I had class before that I didn't bring the facts to you. But I normally bring the facts and tell you how much times he was dispossessed, how many misplaced passes, and this and that, and so on and so forth. I normally come with my facts. But I had class today, so I didn't get to do that. So I apologize, Mr. Fuller. But going forward, I'll ensure I have that information just for you, boss.
And there's a question on the screen, and one of you want to take it up before I get to the next game.
Who's Leon Bailey better than Sterling? A lot of persons, Michelle. Is Michelle in that Facebook group, boss?
No, she need to join it.
We need to add it to that Facebook group, Michelle, so you can see the ridiculous comments in that group.
But Kems, in regards to St. Max, he had what, 87.5% pass accuracy. He won 9 out of 19 ground duels. He lost possession 19 times.
Ooh, 19 times.
He was fouled 3 times. No, 4 times, and he fouled 3 times, and that was it in regards to him. Well, he attempted 9 dribbles.
Was he attempting a lot of crosses?
I'm checking that. Crosses 3, and none of them wasn't accurate.
Okay, so that's a 3 lost possession from crosses.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just telling you, like, trust me, if St. Max play good, no whisper it under my breath and say, well, I didn't play good. But when he play bad, I'm going to be loud. And he was very bad in that game. Like, if Newcastle had lost that game, he would have been one of the reasons. Because he give away the ball so many times in possession when the team has flow going, because obviously, I tell you, he's a very selfish guy. He likes to make it about him. He wants to dribble and dance and do all kind of stuff. Even when the team are passing, moving 1-2, 1-2, he wants to hold up possession. But, Newcastle get to it, but, we'll live to fight another day.
Yes, Dee was saying that I remember the man to St. Mark should have scored the winner when he scored the goal to put Newcastle 1 up the other day.
I definitely didn't say that. I said that he should have scored another goal to cement the victory. Because then I think that game ended 1-1. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, it was against Man United, I believe.
Let's move
on. Final game in which, for me, it was a match of the weekend. First up, West Ham were absolutely bossing Leicester. But then, I don't know what went into Leicester, but they decided to turn it up a notch. And the man that was half full for the first around 30 to 35 minutes decided that he was just going to show up today and show that he's still a very good midfield. I'm talking about Yuri Tillemans, and he had a very good, I'd say 50 minutes from around the 48 minutes till the end of the game to an extent, and he played 2 delicious ball over the top. But once again, as is customary with Leicester, set pieces are their downfall, and they conceded basically the last kick of the game to a set piece. But Reason why I like this game, Kim's you're a man that loves NBA. So when you talk about end to end, this was it. And
Yep.
first up, we have to give our hats off to Jared Bowen. Easily the most improved player this season. And he's in line. Well, I heard that he's in line to get an England call up, and it's hard to overlook what the guy has
Deserves
done
it.
for them. And but
Yep.
once again,
Better than Rashford.
once again, Leicester defense awful. The first goal I conceded, it was just a simple ball over the top. None of them chat the runner, including Amartey, and it was an easy goal for Jared Bowen. But in terms of the performance from Leicester, what I thought about them games.
So I thought Leicester performance overall was a decent performance. I think they did enough to win the game. However, when I saw that it was a set piece, I know that I picked the game for 2-2. I picked the game for a 2-2 draw. I even bought it for a 2-2 draw. But I get very coward in a betting now, so I'm gonna win the bag of money. But when I saw it was a corner, I think it was a corner, and obviously it was controversial, saying probably it was a handball because the jersey and all that kind of stuff, whatever the case may be. But when you have other people who came onto the show and they have said that from Rodgers was in his Liverpool days, he give up a lot of set piece goals and so he doesn't know if he doesn't work on it in training or whatever the case may be. But I think Leicester did enough to win, but obviously, in that 90-minute span, and with time added on, you just know, say, West Ham was going to get a chance. And it's just up to West Ham to take it, They did the same thing with Spurs, and Spurs come back and win the game, and now they do it again, and I just think it's a pattern. And I told you, when you asked me if I think he's the man for Leicester or whatever it was, and I say I just believe that the players don't believe in him anymore. I just believe that, when you play a hard fought 90 minutes, you are up, and then you concede that again. This have to come back to, if you play sports. When you play sports and you lead, and you go on, and then you just concede right at the end. It's a different kind of hurt than even if you get a 5-love. It's just a different kind of hurt you feel. And I think Leicester have been in way too many of those games this season. Obviously at the start of the season I say, hey, Leicester would have finished top 4, they would have break through the barrier of choking, but it look like they're choking out of Europe, totally, and going down there, where they rightfully belong.
All right, so Ryan, they're without a win in 2022. That has gone so bad for them. And West Ham, multiple times they have had the opportunity to just open up the gap between them and the rest of teams that are chasing the top 4, and they have let it slip. So they think that them can make it, and then they cannot just Leicester, whichever one.
I think this is an off season for Leicester. Well, if depending on how you look at Leicester, but the Leicester of the last 2 years, this is an off season for them. I don't know. Normally when a coach tactics get stale, how you're going to motivate the players? You're using the same language to the players. You're talking the same thing you were saying 2 years ago. So it just becomes monotonous. So I think maybe Leicester is at that stage with Rodgers now. So I don't know how they move from this. I don't know if they look to change him in the summer or whatever it may be. But I think it is just one of them things there where they might just need a little refreshing or something to that effect. I'm glad the game ended 12 because I think that game needed to have drawn. That was the right result for me. He drawn. Jared Bowen, when he was at Hull City, he was dominating the championship, tearing it up. Hull not doing anything but him alone, basically carrying them. And I thought he was going to get a move to a top 6 team. I never know that he would have moved to West Ham and made them a top 6 team. So good for him in that. And I hear that he might get a move in the summer to a bigger team, which would be good for him as well. I hear Gary Neville asked Rice about West Ham teams in the past who have done very well. I don't know if you guys watched that interview. I just watched it not too long ago. And he was saying that typically when a West Ham team do very well, like the back in the days with Lampard, Carrick, and Ferdinand and them people, that big clubs come and raid them. And
Rise to Chelsea summer.
Yeah, he basically admitted that it's a possibility where it can be done, but at this time, where they are right now, they are just focusing on what they can do until such time. So it's an interesting situation for West Ham, whether those players stay or whether they move on and how they can transition from that. So let us see. But it was a good game, and I think the 2-2 was the right result.
Facts. Kims, another player that you need to put on the microscope now is Mr. National, because he has been flapping all over the past 2 to 3 months now. He hasn't looked himself, and he just looks out of it right now.
I think he's been focused too much on other things, calling out the Jamaican Prime Minister about not allowing fans in the stadium, and then coming to the aid of Zuma and all that kind of stuff. So I think he needs to get back.
Those things fall under his job because he plays for Jamaica and he plays with Zuma. So it's not like him at all. It's not like him at all about.
Let me show you. Something.
It's not like him at all about one TV show.
No, I don't want
to do with them.
Ryan, I don't want Mikel Antonio talking about Jamaica not having any fans. Leave that to Jamaica.
That's his job as well. He is a player.
Why is it his job? No.
How does that affect his football?
No, obviously, I'm just a chat set up. I don't think it does. I'm just a chat. No, I don't think it does. But I'm saying, I don't want Mikel Antonio, really and truly. I don't want Mikel Antonio. I don't want any foreign-based player come out and call out my Prime Minister and talk about fans in the stadium. No. Make Damian Lowe and
Damian Lowe also did it. Damian Lowe, they all did it as well.
Man, the man is a Jamaican. Leave the man alone. The man call him out.
The man is a stakeholder in the football program, brother.
Of course. See, he was the only one that got nominated for what? Caribbean Player of the Year. Yeah. So come on, man.
And he's the leading goal scorer for Jamaica right now in qualifiers.
Facts. But quickly, I want to get through this game. Tomorrow we have United against. I'm just going to go for a prediction. I don't really want to know analysis. So United against Brighton. Brian, how are you calling that one?
United Brighton. Mm-hmm. You know, sir. A 2-1 outside them here. So this one set up perfectly for another one. And Brighton, Man U like to win first half, and Brighton like to win second half.
Facts.
So this is set up perfectly.
It says first half against second half.
Yeah, and it's set up perfectly for Welbeck to score a late equalizer.
All right, Kims, what say you?
I'm going with a 0-0 draw for this game. 0-0.
Wow.
0-0 draw. Guys, by under 1.5 goals. That is going to give big money tomorrow.
I disagree.
0-0 draw.
I think this game is going to end 1-0 again. That would be 4-1 in a row, because reason I'm basing it off that. That as a better, you have to study everything when it comes down to it. So last time this game ended with under 1.5 was back in 2018. So since then they have played like 6 or 7 times, and it has always given over 2 goals. So by that, I'm just going off that history, and I'm going to say it's going to end over 1.5. But I am going for a draw. Ryan, you weren't here when we were discussing the Champions League, so I'm just going to let you go ahead and predict all the games. So you have PSG against Real Madrid tomorrow. PSG basically have all the players back, with the acceptance of Sergio Ramos. How do you think that one will
go? It's in Paris, right?
Yep.
I'm going 1-0.
Okay. The next one would be Man City against Sporting. I see that one there.
Man City,
Sporting against City, I should say.
Okay. I'm going to go 3-1 City.
Okay. On Wednesday, Salzburg against Bayern. How do you see that one going?
Bayern just get a beat. I think they're going to rebound. So I'm going 3-0 Bayern. No, change that. Scratch that. I'm going for the right thing going now. I'm going 2-1 Bayern.
Talking about that, I mean, Bochum as well killed them on the weekend. I mean, Bochum was just all over them. And
that's 6 minutes.
That fella that plays centre back, that dude that is French, that came over from Leipzig, that man's a fraud. That man has been awful since he
He
has
has
gone.
a lot of Harry Maguire moments in him.
Yep. And
He
we're
has a
talking
lot.
the
Maybe more than Maguire himself.
Upamecano has been awful. And the final game, Ryan, will be Inter against Liverpool. See that one going.
Inter v Liverpool, 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay. So what I'll say is that at some point, I'm not sure as to when it will be, but I'm going to have a Premier League draft show with the current Premier League players that all of us as analysts is going to do a draft. And the draft work already. Once one man pick a player already, you cannot pick that man. So we're going to have that at some point. I'm not sure as to when it will be as yet. So all the analysts just prepare, get the players ready, get the teams ready, and let's see which one of us can select the best possible 11 currently in the EPL. So that is something to look forward to. Um,
Currently.
Congratulations to Los Angeles Rams winning the NFL, and James was one of them who called it. He said that Rams would have won, but well tried to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean,
Well tried.
yeah, man, I forgive them a well try, man. Come on, man.
Well
Don't hate.
tried.
But happy for guys like Mr. Darnell. I'm happy for him, man, and I'm also happy for Odell Beckham, especially. That guy deserves a ring, man, and he has been very good. But the man in that final was none other than Mr. Cool. That guy has been balling all season long, and it was just a story that you have to just follow, and it was the right team that won in the end, if you ask me. So congratulations to them, and I'm sure that Kim's the one to just touch on them a bit.
Let me just do my little minute now, cause check me out. The Rams, you guys, I'm done talking to you guys because I told you guys if you wanted to be rich and if you wanted to go and get your girlfriend or your boyfriend something for Valentine's Day, I tell you to bet your house, I tell you to bet every money in your bank account on the Rams because the Rams couldn't lose this game. Levon said, well tried Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is the sole reason why the Cincinnati Bengals lost the game. I know a lot of you guys don't understand NFL, so I can't bother break it down to you guys. But there were countless
Soon
plays
you
that
have to
Joe Burrow had to. There were countless plays that Joe Burrow had to make in that final minute, and he was just not capable of making those. The Bengals defense played great. They stopped the Rams run game, but at the end of the day, the better team won. And as Levon said, I'm happy for. Let me tell you a little story about Cooper Cup real quick. And as Valentine's Day, gentlemen, these are the kind of women that you have to choose, right? So Cooper Cup, when he was going to university, he went to Eastern Michigan, right? His girlfriend was going to another school, which is way better than Eastern Michigan. She transferred. She transferred from her school to come to Eastern Michigan just to be with Cooper Cup so that he could play as like a college football so she could do his homework. And she lost a whole bunch of credits doing so. Right now, obviously, they're still together. They have a baby, and this guy is a millionaire, and this girl win. So ladies in the comment section, you millennials, I keep on telling you, don't just be too quick to jump up. Oh, I'm independent. Oh, this or that. Sometimes, just be a little bit calm, and you might find a Prince Charming, and you might find a millionaire answer. So, great story for Cooper Cup, and I'm really glad that they won the Super
Kims,
Bowl.
what's the name of the other guy that engaged to his girlfriend after the game as well? Analyst.
My name, hold on
But
there.
he was another one that did it as well. So good story.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, his name is Taylor Rapp. Taylor Rapp. He went on his knees, proposed right there, and then you have another guy, Jefferson. He had to
And they
leave the
have been
Super
together
Bowl
since
right
high
away.
school days.
Absolutely,
Good for them.
absolutely. How much person right here can say them be together with them high school sweetheart in Jamaica? Not a lot at all. But then you have another guy, Jefferson. His girlfriend was pregnant, and she was delivering. He had to leave the Super Bowl right as the game ended and went to the hospital had another baby. So these are stories with us right themselves. That's why you have to love sports so much because these
Yep.
things are just
Yeah, for real,
magnificent,
for real.
magnificent
Man.
stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you have to say? Your minute.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about a minute, to be honest with you. I watched some of the game last night. I really don't understand what I was watching, except maybe in the last minute somebody explained some of the plays them to me. And outside of that, I really never understood it that much. But yeah, good game, I guess. Was it a good game?
It was
Kems, you need to explain the game itself to the people on a show, man, so the people can get a
Saturday.
better
Saturday.
understanding.
Saturday. I'm going to explain it for sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
But
Saturday.
what I'd say,
Yeah.
since I don't really remember much, Ryan, remember that there was the IPL auction and a lot of West Indies players got selected for some top teams.
Yes, yes, yes. The
Puran was
IPL, that was a good option. I never know that so much teams in IPL now. So I
yeah,
guess everybody, the season going to be 18 games per team based on what I'm seeing. I think what 7 West Indies players overall, 17.
around there. There was a
Yeah,
lot.
17 because I think 3 were retained and 14 got drafted, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good mixture, and they are scattered across various teams. And so let us see how they fare. It shows that West Indies is still
I have a question. I have
valued.
a question, Ryan. Want to Soji. Want to Soji. Me say Soji get beat up one time in a IPL. Like them run scared kind of business,
Yeah,
and
man, around
Yeah,
50
man,
runs
last season.
over.
Last
from that
season.
they've done with him.
Yeah. But I'm just going to run through things as Ryan went there.
And
So
Rockman is back in IPL, that one innings.
now, man, as I told you, Ryan, he has been playing good in T10, so that has also played a part for him. So Bravo
Okay.
went back to CSK. Older is now at Lucknow Super Giants. They're a new team. Evan Lewis is also at Lucknow Super Giants, and also Kyle Mayer is happy for him. This guy impressed in the couple games at West Indies, and they were impressed, so he was selected. Ed Meyer to Rajasthan Royals. Also, Obed Makkah is at Rajasthan. Um, Puran went to Sunrisers. Romari Shepherd also went to Sunrisers. Ravman went to Delhi Capitals. Odin Smith went to Punjab Kings. Um, Azar Joseph went to Gujarat Titans. Also, there's another guy that went there. So it was Azari, and I think it was it's currently slipping me. But if I picked up, I'll tell you. Um, oh yeah, Dominic Drakes. He was the other one that went to Gujarat. Shafin Rutherford went to RCB, and Fabian Allen went to Mumbai Indians.
The future champion.
Yeah. Um, for a little roundup of the JPL that took place, because a lot of people are saying that I don't really cover JPL much, and they're interested in the Jamaican Premier League. So they're at the fifth match day, and the results were Waterhouse, who were leading the table. They lost 2-0 to Mullines United. Portmore United drew 1-0 with Umberlion. Dunby Olin drew the final kick of the game with Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant are now leading the table. They're on 13 points, I believe, and they scored a peach. I mean, Daniel Green has impressed, and he scored a peach for them. Cavalier won 1-0, and the two games that took place today, Arnett Gardens won by 2-1, and Mobile United drew 1-0 with for the Gardens. For people in the comment section and people that are going to view this video later on, if you want to see some of the Premier League action, you can just go on YouTube, type in Sportsmax, and you'll see some of the games live on Sportsmax. They show a lot of the games, and here's Christoph saying that it was history day in the Premier League because two 15-year-olds played for Very United earlier today. So I'm happy that I'm seeing that. So big up to all of the teams that are playing the youth, because that's where football is at right now. And Mount Pleasant is one of them that has been doing so for a while now. So big up to all of them. And thanks to all of you, our viewers. And thanks to Kims who was here. Thanks to Ryan who was here. Thanks to producer Josh Cloud Mix us. And thanks to everyone that commented, all those who sat behind their screens and didn't comment. Big up to you. Let's go out and watch some football. As we said, Champions League will be taking place tomorrow. Also, one Premier League game. So go out and watch some sporting action. Until tomorrow, stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening.